The Bible says that we are the bride of Christ, and that our experiences in the world are just like if a spouse left the house. You give your spouse a kiss goodbye and you say, I'll see you later on today. And then your spouse left and they were unfaithful. And then they came back. What I have come to know is that God is real and His love is greater than anything that I've ever experienced in the world, in a human relationship. And that sharing the message that He's given me to share that's not me, doesn't make me special. I am sharing what my spouse has given to me to share. Doing anything else is adultery. So my encouragement to anybody is that you'll never fail if you're pursuing the Lord. And the reality is that any pursuit that we're doing is actually the Lord's pursuit, has already begun, but you'll never fail that way. And ultimately the Bible says that your fruit will be some 30, some 60, some 100-fold. And the other thing I would encourage people to really contemplate is the long game. It's the long game, right? The fruits of your marriage really oftentimes don't fully begin to mature until you're 50 or 60 or 70 or 80, when you're seeing your children really bless the world, most likely, right? But ultimately that it's the long game. It's the long game to include even after we're gone. When I read the Bible and I read about Paul or Jonah, right, or Moses or Daniel or Joshua, I think about I'm being blessed by the life of obedience that they lived. I'm being blessed 2,000 years later by the life that they lived. The creation is waiting for each of us to be faithful to our Creator and to live courageously so that we can see the breach repaired, right, and the streets restored to dwell in, right? It's waiting. As Christians, oftentimes what we've heard for 20, 30, 40 years is the Lord is coming back. Don't you know it's the end times? Maybe tomorrow. And I say that would be great, but what if it's 500 years from now? What impact will you have on the world based upon the life you live today on the world 100 years from now, 200 years from now, 300 years from now? What impact? And it's not about us, but what impact can we have on those future generations?